Welcome to Answering the Call, the official podcast of the 12th Man Foundation. Our show brings you closer to the heart of Texas A&M athletics through powerful stories of perseverance, purpose, and life-changing opportunities made possible by 12th Man Foundation donors. From student athletes and coaches to former students and dedicated staff, you'll hear firsthand how donor support shapes the lives of Aggie student athletes in competition and beyond. Whether you're a lifelong Aggie or simply curious about what makes Texas A&M so special, you're in the right place. Let's dive into today's episode. Howdy, and welcome back to another episode of Answering the Call podcast, the official podcast at the 12th Man Foundation. This is your host, Ivy Robinson, and today I am sitting in studio with Aggie Football student athlete, Daymion Sanford. Thank you for joining us on the podcast, Daymion.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for having me.
Daymion, can you tell us where you are from, where you went to high school, and share a unique fact about yourself that not many people know?
Born and raised, Katy, Texas. Went to Pato High School. I say fun fact, I used to play the saxophone, and I think I still can play. I played it in middle school.
That is so cool.
I feel like I still can play the saxophone, but yeah.
Do you like have it here in College Station with you?
Oh, nah.
Come on.
That's already sold. I already sold that.
Do you have like a favorite song you could play on the saxophone?
Nah.
No?
I used to play like the Star Wars in middle school.
Nice, like the intro to Star Wars. That's fun. Cool fun fact. You mentioned Katy, and you came out of high school, I know, with a big reputation. You're a state champion, defensive co-MVP, and a leader on that team. What do you think that chapter of your life taught you before you stepped into college?
I went through a lot of adversity in high school. I would say my freshman year, I didn't really think I was going to play defense. I wanted to be a receiver. Like coming out of middle school, I looked up to Odell Beckham, and I wanted to be a receiver. So my transition from offense to defense was kind of rough because on the process of trying to play receiver, I broke my wrist.
Man.
Going from my freshman year to sophomore year, I really couldn't really catch the ball because I had a cast. So they switched me to safety, and then eventually they see me move at safety. They said I'm too slow, so they moved me to outside backer. That transition from offense to defense was kind of smooth, and then I picked it up sophomore to junior year. That's when I really started to feel the groove, and that's when I started picking up like all those accolades I got in high school.
Was college football always the goal for you? Did anyone encourage you to pursue that? Was it your mom? Was it a friend? Was it always the dream for you to pursue sports to get to the college level and then eventually professional?
It really wasn't on my mind until my sophomore year. I had co-defensive MVP. I know in my junior year, I had co-defensive MVP. I seen a lot of guys around me getting offers and stuff like that, and I talked to my mom about like playing at the next level and stuff like that. And she really, like at the time I told her that I wanted to play at the next level, she really like did anything she could to get me like out there, reached out to the coaches and stuff like that. Yeah, so I say it really didn't start to my junior year, yeah. And I say my mom was with me the whole way through, yeah. So, yeah.
That's awesome. She was there every step of the way and provided that support. Who from your high school really like challenged you or mentored you as a football player? Were there any key individuals that stood out to you?
My dog, Alex Kilgore, kind of looked up to him because he was a leader on the team, and he was getting all the praise and accolades at the beginning, and I kind of was like trying to follow his steps and try to follow what he did because he was out there making plays, being a leader. So that's who I really looked up to.
Yeah. Tell me about your family and your childhood, and Katy, like you're close to your family, you have siblings. Tell me about that.
Oh yeah, I'm really close with my family. I got two brothers, one older, one younger. I live in a single parent household. My mom, it was hard for her raising us growing up, but we didn't really have like a really challenging childhood. It's been really good with her, like dealing with, all three of us. But we was a really competitive group, like me and my brothers. So all we would do is play outside. Leave my mom alone when she want to like chill.
But she say like, y'all go outside and
we
get
go
your
outside,
energy out.
play, do what boys do when they're young. Yeah.
Yeah. Did y'all play football? Your siblings, they play football too?
Yeah, we all grew up playing football.
Any other sports?
We really play every sport. It's just as we got older, it kind of like trimmed down to like either basketball, football, but we played everything. Yeah.
Speaking of family, I read online that you had a relative, is that right, that played here at Texas
My
A&M?
little brother, Daymion Sanford.
Yeah.
He's on the team, yeah.
What a cool experience to be getting to play with him and experience Aggie football together. Like, how has that been?
Yeah, it was a dream come true. It was exciting to play with him in high school. Like, it was a different feeling. And then having him play with me in college is really a dream come true because it really shows us, like, we really didn't even think we were going to get all the accolades and praise in high school. Like, I didn't think I was going to get even a D1 scholarship in high school. That's really a dream come true. It really shows, like, we really put in the hard work and really grinded and we really got what we wanted.
Speaking of that scholarship and getting that opportunity, tell me about your recruitment process and your journey a little bit, and what was going through your mind when you got the offer from A&M. Like, was it a hard decision? Like, tell me about that time of your life.
I'm not gonna lie, it was hard from my freshman to sophomore year because I really didn't think I was gonna get any like D1 offers. Like, my first offer was Marshall, and I was excited to get that. But I didn't really think I was gonna get any big time offers like A&M, Alabama, or LSU. What really like helped me was like seeing everybody get, like everybody in my school. We had Hicks, Alex Kilgore, CJ Johnson. They started getting a whole bunch of like D1 offers, big offers. So that really pushed me to work harder to get, what I really wanted. But getting the A&M offer, that was like a dream come true because that was my dream school. And staying close to home was like really big for my mom. So I was really trying to grind really for A&M.
Yeah. So A&M, was the dream. That's awesome. Daymion, what do you enjoy doing outside of football, like in your free time?
I don't really do much. I'm like a boring, chill dude. I really just go home.
No games?
I rest, either watch TV or watch YouTube or either studying film. I don't really do anything for real.
Honestly, I can respect that because sometimes I think when people pile too much onto their life and they're trying to do way too much, like outside of work or outside of whatever their profession is, like you gotta make time for yourself and time to reset. Let's talk a little bit, now that you're here as a student athlete, you've learned the ropes and now you've become a consistent contributor to the Aggie football program. What's been the biggest growth moment you think since you've arrived here at Texas A&M?
I would say biggest would be like staying consistent. I feel like from like the difference from this year and last year was like just being consistent with practice habits and stuff like that. So I feel like I really picked it up this year, staying consistent and, and communication, like the defense and stuff.
Yeah. And speaking of defense, after that Florida game this season, I saw on Aggie Football, they put a graphic out, a post on social media and said Aggie SEC opponents on third down conversions were 2 of 33 across the previous 3 games. That is incredible. I mean, you're a part of this elite defense right now that Elko has just, unleashed. How does it feel being a part of such a monumental group?
Yeah, that's a testament to our teammates and our coaches. Like we really, put in the work in the offseason and in the spring and took the coaching that and lived up to the standards. So I feel like that really, helped us with, our success on third downs and stuff like that. So I feel like we really worked at it.
Do you think there was any big shift in mindset from like last season to this season? Or has it been pretty consistent?
I feel like as a defense, we're more comfortable this year than last year. I feel like last year was like more of a building year. And this year it's like we already know what we have and it's like the ground's already set. So I feel like this year is really more comfortable for us.
I think I read a comment that said third and Elko is terrifying, which I thought was really
Who said what?
That was a comment on that post. Someone was like, third and Elko is terrifying.
Third and Elko.
I was like, we need to put that on a shirt. Someone said third and Elko is terrifying. Can you speak a little bit more to Coach Elko and even Coach Bateman, their leadership and what you've learned from them in terms of defense?
Sitting with Bateman, I learned a lot just off like the preparation going into the games. He's giving us tips and stuff like that on the offense and formations and stuff. Elko, he really taught us like situational football. Like that's the big thing I've learned with Elko, like situational football. In high school, I wasn't really, we high schoolers, we're not really focused on third down, like sticks and routes to the sticks and stuff like that. So I feel like they did a good job teaching us like the little things that ultimately like would be big in the game.
I also read for 12man.com, you anchored the defense for the second straight week during the Florida game, tallying a team best of 8 tackles. That's awesome. Congrats to you. You also had 1 tackle for loss, 1 pass breakup, quarterback hurt, and 1 forced fumble. What do you think was clicking for you that game?
I feel like the preparation like during that week in practice was really good. I played with a lot of effort in practice, which ultimately like made me more comfortable in the game because, like York said in the press conference, like you win those games on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. I feel like we really practiced hard on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and ultimately I just really felt comfortable to go out there on Saturday and just play my game.
Mm-hmm. I'm curious, what's going through your mind before every snap?
I ain't gonna lie, I used to be nervous. Like last year, I used to be really nervous.
Mm-hmm.
But now, like, we're more comfortable. Like, I feel good before every snap. I really feel good about the calls and stuff like that. Like, I trust in the guys around me. I trust the coaching. So
Yeah. Is there anything you do before every single game to help you like get centered and focused? Or any like routines?
See, I used to last year throw up before every game. But
Okay, I've heard this.
I
Like,
had
it's
to
a
change.
common thing, I think, with football players.
Because I used
Like,
to be
it's just the nerves,
I used to be
right?
nervous last year,
Yeah.
but this year, nah. I really don't have like a superstition for like before the games. It's just really just whatever. I just really just.
Yeah. Let's talk about the brotherhood within Aggie football. And obviously, this season has been nothing short of special so far. How would you describe the bond between you and your teammates? And what does it mean to you personally to have such great teammates?
Yeah, I was talking to somebody about that last week. Like it feels like we've been knowing each other for like forever. The way we, bond and hang out and do stuff like outside of football, it's like we known each other for like a long time. So I feel like that really helps with, the games and stuff because, we go out there, we're comfortable, we trust the man beside us and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
like
You
the
feel like
bonds,
y'all all got pretty close really quickly.
yeah, it was like really, really quick transition from like all the transfers that came in. It was really like a click when they came in, all the transfers that came in.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's good to hear. Can you tell me what you enjoy most about the Adam Season Academic and Wellness Center and the Coolidge Football Performance Center, which are both at Graham Athletic Complex here in Aggieland?
I would say the food for sure. That's one of the reasons why I came here too. We had switched shifts, but the food has been like good here. Like I don't have to, spend money. The indoor, I like how big the indoor is. We have one of the biggest indoors in the country, so I feel like that's really good for us.
Staying on the topic of just resources, do you think this era of college sports, particularly NIL, has impacted your life in a meaningful way?
Oh yeah, for sure. I wasn't really chasing the money coming out of high school. Like I didn't even know what NIL was, to be honest with you. I didn't know how to talk NIL either. My decision making for like picking what school I wanted wasn't really based off of NIL, so I wasn't really focused on the money aspect. It was more focused on like the culture and the coaching and the players and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't really focused on the money.
Do you think you're one of few that are like that? Or do you think a lot are chasing the money? Like honestly, what's your perspective? You think it's 50-50 split or what?
Yeah, honestly, I think there's a lot of people out there that's not really focused on the money, but there's also people in different situations like that they need the money to help their family, provide for their family. So I feel like there's a lot out there that, really needs the money. So, there's different situations.
Right. Absolutely. Beyond the game, this is a fun question. If your teammates had to describe your personality off the field, what do you think they'd say?
It would sound quiet, but like when you get to know me, I start opening up a little bit.
Yeah.
They would say I'm quiet.
Who's someone in your life, whether it's a coach, a family member, a mentor, who you think's really shaped the person that you are today?
I say my mom. Yeah, for sure, my mom. Now, I've been through a lot, and she sat me down a couple of times. We had a lot of long talks, and I've been through a lot growing up, and she taught me how to get through adversity, how to fight through stuff I was going through, and she gave me a lot of advice on a lot of things that I really won't go into, but she gave me advice on a lot of things. So I feel like, my mom, she really shaped the way I am today.
Yeah, she's been really influential. That's awesome. How do you think you define success for yourself, Daymion? Is it stats? Is it leadership? Is it a legacy, or is it something else? Like, how do you define success?
For me, I'm really a team player. My biggest thing is like I don't want to let my brothers down, my coaches down. So whatever I do that it impacts my teammates and my team, that's gonna really like make me happy. So I'm really just a team player.
Yeah. When you reflect on just the games in your career that you've had at Texas A&M so far, what are some of those moments that really stand out to you or you're really proud of, whether it's like working out, doing the stuff behind the scenes to get better, or maybe some big game moments?
I really like the impact on this year. Happy for myself that I came in Notre Dame game and performed the way I did the second half. And I continued to perform up until for the game. Like, it just made me so happy that I went in there and not messed up or, made the defense like look like a drop off. Like I didn't look like a drop off. So
Yeah.
that was really like, I'm really happy for myself to have an impact. Yeah.
How was that Notre Dame game, getting to travel and then just experience the support of the 12th man? Like, so many Aggies showed up for that game. Tell us about your perspective of seeing that support even all the way up in South Bend.
Yeah, that was crazy. Like, the craziest thing from that game was every team plays the fourth quarter hype song. And I'll listen to the song and I'm like, I hear something else and I hear the Aggie War Hymn and I'm looking in the stands and it's like a whole bunch of Aggies like doing the Aggie War Hymn. I'm like, they're louder than the hype song. So I'm like, it gave me goosebumps. So I'm like, there's no way like all of them traveled to South Bend to see us play. It really made me like even play even harder because I'm like, they're here to support us. And that really impacted the game.
Yeah, and I can speak on behalf of the 12th Man Foundation. We partnered with the Association of Former Students and their Traveling Aggies program to travel with a group of around 560 Aggies to Notre Dame. And it was just, I personally wasn't on the trip, but I know it was a great, fantastic trip and everyone really enjoyed it and obviously enjoyed the great victory. Daymion, I'm curious, for those who are listening today, maybe they did travel to the Notre Dame game, or maybe they have Aggie football season tickets and they come to every home game, or maybe they give financially to help support student athlete resources or scholarships or facilities. They help fund facilities that y'all get to utilize. What is your message to those individuals who give back in that way?
Thank y'all. I feel like if I was in their position, I'd do the same. It really helps us and impacts us a lot because it really shows us that they really like care for us and have love for us. It really helps us like have confidence going into the games. Like, okay, the 12 man has our back. So, we got to perform for them every week.
Going back to just the team and the brotherhood and the friendships that you have with these guys, who has really challenged you on the team? And then on the flip side of that question, who have you challenged who might be younger, who's coming up? Who do you kind of mentor?
Well, I say the main person that really challenged me was York. I feel like coming in, we came in at the same time. I feel like he really challenged me to be better. We really learned the same, but I learned a lot from him. He had a lot of success his freshman year. So, I try to follow what he was doing and try to have the same success he had. Mm-hmm. So, I learned a lot of tips and tricks from him. And somebody I'm mentoring, Noah, I would say Noah, yeah. I like how he came in and he really had a better freshman year than I did. So I try to help him as much as I can because I'm like, okay, he has a really bright future because, he really cares for the game. You can tell he really, really is working and really cares for the game. And he really picked the defense up as a freshman, which was surprising to me, like how smart he is and how talented he is. So
that's awesome. Yeah, I've heard great things about Noah McHale, and it'll be really exciting to see how he develops over the next few years into a really prominent contributor on this team. From your perspective, when you look at the younger ones on the team who are coming up, I mean, the future is bright, wouldn't you say?
Really bright, yeah. I feel like there's a lot of freshmen on the team that has a really, really bright future. Like, you can see the hunger in their eyes. Mm-hmm. And they're really going to have a good year with A&M. Either this year or next year, they're going to have a really good year because, they're hungry for it. You can tell they're hungry for it.
Yeah, that's exciting. Speaking of future, tell me, what are your goals for the remainder of your time here at Texas A&M?
I just want to win. That's really my goal. I just want to win. If we win, everybody else wins. Just want to win championships. Ultimately, win the Natty too. If we win the Natty, the sky's the limit for everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
think I heard Elko say in a press conference that y'all all treat each week like you're at level 0. And I think that's a good mindset to have going in. Each week is like, hey, each week is a new battle. We've got to stay focused. We've got to remember that each week is a fight. And especially in this conference, in the SEC, like how do y'all stay? It's a tough conference. I mean, y'all are getting beat up every single week. It's very physical. The talent we all know is just through the roof. So how do y'all approach each new game week with a level of competition that is in the SEC?
Yeah, like Elko always says, you got to rent success. Like going into every week, you really got to restart and, regain that focus. Like if we had success the last week, you can't really bring that to the next week because it's a whole new week. So, restarting and having a refresh is really good for us.
Yeah. If there's a young athlete listening to this podcast right now, plays defense, maybe they have aspirations to play in college one day, what would be your advice to them?
My main advice I would say was just trust the process and just put your head down and grind. Listen to your coaches, listen to your high school coaches. Just coming in as a freshman, know your playbook, stay in the weight room, stay healthy, and just learn from the older guys. Ask a lot of questions, take a lot of advice from the older guys because, they've been through a lot. A lot of the older guys have been through adversity and stuff like that, so they can teach you a couple things.
That's good, yeah. What are you studying here?
Sports management.
What do you hope to do once football ends one day? Have you thought about life after the game?
I always said coaching. I kind of want to give back to the young high school players. I want to get into high school coaching. And then after that, I want to get into real estate, do a little real estate, own some properties, stuff like that.
That's awesome. Good for you. Why are you specifically proud to be an Aggie?
Because A&M's been my dream school. So coming here, that really hit home for me. And that was ultimately one of my main decisions coming here too. Like life after ball is going to be really good for me because the connections in the Aggie ring.
Daymion Sanford on Answering the Call podcast. Daymion, thank you again for joining us on the show.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us on another episode of Answering the Call. If you're enjoying this show, please rate and follow us on your podcast streaming platform of choice so you can be the first to know when a new episode drops. As always, a big thank you to our incredible podcast producer, Megan Rohde, 12 Man Productions, and Texas A&M Athletics NIL Department. We also extend our heartfelt gratitude to every donor and season ticket holder for always answering the call through loyal support of Texas A&M Athletics and our student athletes. We will be back soon with more content. Thanks and gig 'em.